Hi everybody, welcome to the channel, Wild Music. This reaction is to a classic. It's Joni Mitchell singing My Old Man off her album Blue. So a little bit about her. She was born on the 7th of November 1943 and she was born in Fort Macleod, Alberta, Canada. Her music has been influenced by philosophical and social ideals, as well as relationships, womanhood, joy, as well as disillusionment. She's covered a wide range of styles and blended all of these into her own unique style, which is absolutely fantastic and is Joni Mitchell's personal style. She started singing nightclubs in Saskatoon in Saskatchewan, and in 1965 she moved to the USA and started touring there. She soon started recording and to date has recorded around 20 albums. She views herself as a visual artist first and a musician second. And in a quote from her, she's a painter derailed by circumstance. She's won Grammy Awards and has also been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and that's no surprise. So this song, My Old Man, was written and produced by Joni Mitchell and is, as I mentioned, from the album Blue that was released in June 1971. This was her fourth studio album and features her on vocals and on the piano. It's actually been regarded, or is regarded, as one of the best albums of all time. And the song had inspiration from her relationship with singer Graham Nash. They had a troubled relationship at the time she wrote it. So this was while she was in Europe at the time, and while she was in Formentera, she actually sent him a telegram stating that their relationship was finished. So My Old Man and the song River, both off this album, were thought to be inspired by their relationship. This is the studio version, so let's get right into it.
My old man, he's a singer. He's a walker in the rain. He's a dancer in the dark. We don't need no piece of paper from the city hall, keeping us tied and true. My old man, keeping away my blues. He's my sunshine in the morning. He's my fire at the end of the day. He's the warmest chord I ever heard. Play that warm chord, play and stay, baby. We don't need no piece of paper from the city hall, keeping us tight and true. My old man, keeping away my blues. But when he's gone, me and them lonesome blues collide. The bed's too big, the frying pan's too wide. Then he comes home and he takes me and he tells me all his troubles, and he tells me all my charms. We don't need no piece of paper from the city hall, keeping us tight and true. No, my old man, keeping away my blues. But when he lonesome blues collide. The bed's too big, the frying pan's too wide. My old man, he's a singer in the park. He's a walker in the rain. He's a dancer in the dark. We don't need no piece of paper from the city hall, keeping us tight and true. Oh, my old man, keeping away my lonesome blues.
Oh, that is so beautiful. Oh, what a brilliant song written by Joni Mitchell, and what a very sensitive performance. And it's just oozing creativity. She's a visual artist, and it's like she's painting this picture. In this case, it's a musical picture, but you can just imagine her sitting at the easel painting something, and it evolves as the song's going through, is just like as somebody creating an artwork, say painting, and it just evolves. It starts with an idea, with something, or maybe a complete idea, or it may be just a part of an idea, and then it evolves and becomes something right to the end when it's a complete artwork. Brilliant. Absolutely love it. This album truly is an amazing album. So, we'll go from the beginning. After the introduction, Joni's vocals enter about 10 seconds in, and it's pretty much in her upper register. There's a few notes that are probably not really her upper register, but they're still quite high, all of the notes. She has a high voice. But she has such fluidity to the opening phrase. It's so fluid. And this really sets the scene of the song and for what's to come. And she's so decisive in, well, right from the start of the song in her vocal delivery. And it's so recognisably Joni Mitchell's beautiful voice. Let's hear it.
Singer in the park. He's a walker in the rain. He's a dancer in the dark. We don't need no piece of paper from the city hall, keeping us tight and true. My old man, keeping away my blues.
Okay, let's pause it there. She has this lovely light vibrato that you can hear throughout the song, and it really is so gentle and so pleasant to listen to. And it really assists in her telling the story of the song and what the song is all about. So Joni truly is a brilliant storyteller. She's a brilliant songwriter, and being her song too, it just all fits together so well. She's a great storyteller though. And after all, she's lived the story of the song that she's singing. So the story she's telling. So it's, the other thing I've noted here is that it really is brilliantly poetic. Go back a little bit.
Piece of paper from the city hall, keeping us tight and true. My old man, keeping away my blues.
So you can really hear the dynamic variation and the dynamic changes that she uses. And this is in the way she emphasises some syllables and some words over others, which really assists her in passing on or communicating the song to the listener, us. And so those are syllables, words, or notes, whichever you want to call it. And, you know, some require a bit of stress. Some don't need so much stress. Some, it's optional and the vocalist decides. It's just like when we're speaking or saying something, speaking a sentence. You'll have the expression and two people might say it slightly differently. Three people might. Sometimes it actually changes the meaning when you emphasise different words in a sentence. Sometimes it doesn't. So it's all about the expression. The other thing I noted too, where she goes, "My old man," this a really nice sort of at the end of this section where I've just paused it. There's this nice breathiness, and she has this throughout the song really, but I particularly noted it here, and it's just so tasteful. We'll go back from here.
He's my sunshine in the morning. He's my fireworks at the end of the day. He's the warmest chord I ever heard. Play that warm chord, play and stay, baby. We don't need no piece of paper from the city hall, keeping us tight and true. My old man, keeping away my blues. Oh.
Beautiful. And nice vibrato and blues. It's made me think of like the paintwork of a clean car that's been polished up. Her vocal line is like as if you were rubbing a drying cloth across that polish of the car, a dry cloth, something very soft. And it just runs across, and the paintwork's so smooth, and that cloth just glides. And that's very similar to her vocals in, well, this song in this case. It's like polished paintwork on a car. The smoothness, beautiful. Let's keep going.
When he's gone, me and them lonesome blues collide. The bed's too big, the frying pan's too wide. Then he comes home and he takes me in his loving arms, and he tells me all his troubles, and he tells me all my charms.
I'll go back to the start of this verse again. So she has such great phrasing too throughout the song, and you can particularly hear in this section how she stretches some of the timing just a bit. It's that push and pull. It's beautiful. It's like an elastic band. It's the same size when you let go of it, but you can sort of stretch it, you can pull it so it gets a bit bigger, and you let go and it shrinks again. It's like that, the timing. The song is still in time, so it's like the elastic band holds its shape when you let go. It's going to be the same size. But there's that push and pull. Beautiful. It's so tastefully done as well. So what else did I have here? Yeah, she uses it in a limited manner. She doesn't use it a lot, the stretching of the time, but just enough for it to be beautiful. So let's go back from this point.
Then he comes home and he takes me in his loving arms, and he tells me all his troubles, and he tells me all my charms. We don't need no piece of paper from the city hall, keeping us tight and true. No, that old man, keeping away my blues. But when he's gone, me and them long the frying pan's too wide.
So again, she's got that dynamic variation. I'll just go back a little bit this time and you'll hear it from soft to louder, but in such a lovely manner. And then she's got these beautiful counter melodies that she's now playing on the piano or in the interlude section, which is where I've just paused it. Beautiful.
The bed's too big, the frying pan's too wide. My old man, he's a singer in the park. He's a walker in the rain. He's a dancer in the dark. We don't need no piece of paper from the city hall, keeping us tied into root. Oh, my old man, keeping away my lonesome blues.
Yes, I'll go back and play a little bit of the ending again. She has such a beautiful tonal quality to her voice, doesn't she? And that vibrato at the end just was such a nice finish. It's just a little bit again, just a touch to finish the song off. But again, I can see, or I think of that analogy to a polished car, and the way it's so smooth and the soft cloth just glides over the paintwork once it's polished so beautifully, and that's like her vocals. Let's go from here. Oh, no, let's go back a bit. Here.
From the city hall, keeping us tied into root. Oh, my old man, keeping away my lonesome blues.
Whoa, yes. Wasn't that beautiful? Absolutely exquisite. Ah, what a legendary album Blue is, and what a legendary performance is Joni's performing of My Old Man, in this case, as well as all the other songs on that album. That was really, really nice. And there are some nice live versions of this on YouTube as well. They're all great. And they're all a little bit different too. So I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And I look forward to seeing you again soon on the channel. So for now, goodbye.